What if the thing you call your standard is the thing that's quietly keeping you broke? And I want you to let that one sit for a minute. Because if you're a woman who knows her stuff and has years of experience behind her, and you've been dreaming about building a coaching business, but somehow you haven't launched yet, you still haven't priced your offer, you still haven't hit send on that email, this video is for you. In this video, I am going to be talking all about profits over perfection. And I promise you, by the time we're done here, you're going to see perfectionism in a completely different light. You'll no longer see perfectionism as a virtue. You won't even see it as a standard. You'll start to see it as the thing that's been quietly writing invoices against your future. And I want you to stay with me until the end because I'm going to share something that took me years to figure out, but you can implement it this week. It's going to change how you think about building a business, and it might even change how you think about yourself. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. My name is Nick Scott, and I help women turn their existing skills into sustainable coaching offers on the side. And when I say sustainable, I mean sustainable on purpose. I'm not talking about burning yourself out at 2 a.m. trying to build something perfect before anybody sees it. I'm talking about building something real, something profitable, and something that works for the life that you're already living. If that sounds like you, you need to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss what's coming next. And really quickly, before I forget, I put together a free guide with 101 business coaching ideas because one of the things that keeps far too many women stuck in this industry is thinking they don't have a skill that's worth coaching on. And this guide, 101 coaching ideas, it's going to open your eyes. The link for that is down in the description. Now, let's talk about perfection. I want to start off by asking you something. When did you decide that you had to be perfect before you were allowed to make profit? Because that belief, it didn't come from just nowhere. Most of us were raised in environments where doing it right meant doing it completely. We were rewarded for the polished presentation, not for the rough draft. We were praised when our work was flawless, not when it was first. And somewhere along the way, most of us started to internalize the idea that the world only makes space for finished, perfect, and ready things. And then we brought that same belief into our coaching businesses. I see it play out all the time. A woman with 15 years of expertise will spend 4 months building a website before she talks to a single client. A woman who's been mentoring colleagues for decades will spend weeks redesigning her logo before she sends one single email. A woman with an advanced degree in expertise that companies pay good money for, she'll sit on her coaching idea for an entire year because it's not done yet. And here's what I want you to understand. Perfectionism is not about quality. Perfectionism is about fear wearing a very convincing disguise. Perfectionism is fear of judgment. It's fear of being enough. It's fear of putting something out into the world and someone responding to it.
That's not for me.
And I get it. That fear is real because I have felt it too. But that fear, it has a price. And we are getting ready to talk about exactly what that fear is costing you. Let's do some math. And I'm not talking about complicated math. I'm talking about the kind of math that nobody talks about, but everybody needs to see. If you have a coaching offer that you've been sitting on for 6 months, and that offer is worth $2,000 per client, and you could have had 2 clients in those 6 months, that's $4,000 that perfectionism charged you. That's not a fee you see on an invoice, but it's very much a bill that you pay. And it compounds, y'all, because it's not just about the money. It's about the momentum, and it's about the confidence that you gain from actually doing the thing. It's about the testimonials that you don't have yet because you haven't served anyone yet. It's the refinement that only happens when real clients go through your program and tell you what they need. Here's something that changed how I think about this. A perfect offer that no one has ever purchased has never been proven to work. The feedback loop that makes your coaching truly excellent, it doesn't exist in your head. It only exists in the market. It exists in the conversations, and it exists in the clients. The version of your program that lives in your laptop, the polished, untouched, never sold version, that version hasn't changed anyone's life yet. And I need you to hear this not as criticism, because we have all been there, but I want you to hear this as permission. Permission to release imperfect things into the world so they can do the work that they were designed to do. Now, here's where I want to pivot a little, because some of you might be watching this video thinking,
I'm not a perfectionist, I'm just not ready yet.
and I want to respond to that as gently and as clearly as I can. Ready is not a feeling. Ready is a decision. Keep watching, because in just a little bit, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like to move from waiting to earning. And it's a lot simpler than you think. I want to clear something up, because when I say profits over perfection, I am not suggesting that you put out sloppy work. I'm not telling you to half commit to your clients or to cut corners on your delivery. That's not what this is. Progress over perfection means that progress is more valuable than polish. It means that a coaching offer that exists in the market, that's priced, and that's out in the world available for purchase, that offer is infinitely more valuable than the perfect one that's still being tweaked in a Google Doc. It means that your first client doesn't need a 20-module curriculum. They need your expertise, they need your presence, and they need a clear outcome. Think about the brands you might buy from regularly. They didn't launch perfect, they launched. Amazon was not the same Amazon you see today when it launched on day one. And if you're like me, you remember when Netflix was a DVD subscription service. Your favorite podcast probably had terrible audio when they started. And every single one of those things improved because real people engaged with them and gave them real feedback. Your first offer doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to exist. The magic of your coaching business is that your offer gets better in real time with real clients. Your 12-week program in month 3 is going to be sharper than it was on day 1. Your sales conversation in round 5 is going to feel completely different from round 1. That refinement is not the problem. That refinement is the process. And you cannot access that process by sitting in the waiting room. Speaking of processes, I've been running a free 5-day email course that walks you through exactly how to set up the foundation of a profitable coaching business, even if you're starting from scratch. Women are going through this email course and they're having real light bulb moments. The link is in the description. Now I want to give you a different lens for all of this. Instead of asking yourself, is this ready? I want you to start asking yourself, is this valuable? Because those are two completely different questions. Ready implies that some external standard has been met. Valuable means that what you're offering can change somebody's situation. And if you have years of experience, expertise, and results in your field, what you know is already valuable. It doesn't become valuable when you add a 7th module to your program. It doesn't become valuable when you redesign your workbook for the 3rd time. It's valuable right now. And here's the shift that I want you to make. Stop building for the imaginary client who's going to scrutinize every detail of your program or your offer. Start building for the real person who's struggling right now and needs exactly what it is you have to offer. That person, she doesn't need the perfect version of your offer. She needs the available version. Now, let me tell you something that I have never forgotten. Early in my journey, I spoke to a woman who had more credentials than probably anybody else that I know. She had the certifications, she had the degrees, she had the awards, she had the experience, she had the results from years of doing this work inside someone else's organization. And she had been sitting on her coaching offer for 11 months. 11 months, y'all. And when I asked her what was holding her up, you want to know what her response was? She told me,
I just want to make sure everything is right.
and I asked her, right for who? Because nobody was waiting. Nobody was saying, you know what? I would hire you, but your welcome packet, it needs a little bit more polish. The only person that was waiting for her offer to be more right was her. And here's the thing. What she was protecting herself from, it wasn't failure. She was protecting herself from visibility. Perfectionism protects you from being seen. And being seen is the whole point of all of this. So let's talk talk about what it looks like to choose profits over perfection in practical terms. The first thing is launch with a minimum viable offer, not a minimum viable product, a minimum viable offer. Something that delivers real outcome, even if it's not the full version yet. Examples are a 6-week sprint, an 8-week intensive, a 90-day container, something contained, something clear, something that lets you fully serve someone and gather real world data that will help you shape what you're going to build next. The second thing is to price it so that you're taken seriously. And this part is so important, because lower pricing doesn't lower the bar for your clients. It lowers the bar for you. When you charge what your expertise is worth, you'll attract clients who are committed, and commitment creates results, and results create testimonials, and testimonials create momentum. Start at a price that respects your experience, not apologizes for it. The third thing is put a deadline on all that waiting. Give yourself a launch date, not a when I feel ready date, an actual date, and put it on your calendar. Tell some people about it. Accountability isn't just a coaching and consulting principle. It's the thing that makes most of us do things that we already know that we should be doing. And the last thing, and this is probably the most important thing that I'm going to tell you, and that thing is stop measuring your offer against your imagination. Measure it against the problem that it solves. Your offer solves a real problem for a real person. It's ready enough. Here's where I want to bring everything together. You came to this video because something in the title or the thumbnail resonated with you. Profits over perfection. Maybe you've been waiting to feel ready. Maybe you have the idea, the expertise, and the desire, but your starting line, it keeps moving. Maybe you've told yourself, I'm almost there, so many times that almost becomes its own kind of comfortable. And I want to formally invite you out of almost and introduce you to 2K in 2 hours. It's a micro course with 5 proven coaching offer templates, each one designed to be sold at $2,000 or more. And it's called 2K in 2 hours because that's exactly how long it takes for you to build your first offer when you have the structure sitting right in front of you. 2 hours, y'all. Not 2 weeks, not 2 months, not 2 years, 2 focused hours of work. It includes a packaging and pricing guide so you know exactly how to position your offer. It includes sales scripts so you know exactly what to say when someone asks you about your offer. It includes an onboarding workflow template so that your offer comes off polished and professional from the first time you onboard your first client. This is the resource I wish I had when I was sitting on my first offer waiting for it to be perfect. The link for 2K in 2 hours is in the description. And here's the thing about all of this. You don't build a profitable coaching business waiting for everything to be perfect. You build a profitable coaching business by deciding right now that what you already know is worth something. And I am here to confirm that it is. The most expensive thing you can do in your business is not a bad offer. It's an invisible one. All right, y'all. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments and share it with a friend who needs it. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one.